Hi, everybody. This is Michael Reeves, and we are right now bringing to you live game already in progress. This is Battle Royale, and we have an 8-team playoff going on, and we are reenacting the 1980 season via a draft league. And the teams we are watching today are Jersey and Eerie. So these two teams are clashing. Jersey is coached by Joe Golden and finished the season 12-4, tied for the #1 season in the league. And the Eerie Silence is their opponent. I believe they finished with a record of 9-7. I'll get their coach's name here in just a moment. But like I said, we're picking up the action here a little bit past the midway point in the third quarter. And right now, Eerie is pulling off a little bit of an upset. They're up 20-17, and they had the ball in their own territory, but it looks like they were unable to pick up on this drive, and it's now 4th down and 11. They will give the ball back to Jersey. So here comes the punt. It is returned for 9 yards, and Jersey will take over. Ball at the 50. 1st and 10. There's 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in this quarterfinal matchup. Jersey is the home team, but only by virtue of their record. I do not believe that we played with home field advantage in this game. And so they're trailing 20-17. Here's their first play from scrimmage, and that pass is incomplete. So Joe Golden leads this squad. That's Burt Jones under center. People are going to get a chance to take a look at these YouTube videos later and see a lot of names that they recognize, some big-time stars from the 80s. The way we do this is we draft by units. You draft the quarterback units, you draft the running back unit, you draft the wide receiver unit, you draft the offensive and defensive lines as separate units, as well as the linebacking core and the defensive back, as well as special teams. So that's how we have a draft, and that's why you're going to see some players from different teams playing on these same squads. It's not an individual 1 through 53 draft. Jersey has the ball, 3rd down and 10 from their own 47. It's now 3rd and 13, and that pass is caught over the middle, and so they convert on 3rd and 13. That was a pass to the Minnesota Vikings, Sammy White, from Burt Jones, the longtime Baltimore Colt. So Jersey selected the Colts quarterback unit, which includes Burt Jones. They selected the Rams running back unit. Right now we see Cullen Bryant and Gerald Thomas, a very dangerous Gerald Thomas card. Limited carries per game for Gerald Thomas, but a good 1-2 punch in the backfield. And they selected the wide receiver set from Minnesota, which includes Ahmad Rashad and Sammy White. On 1st and 10, here's a pass to Ahmad Rashad, and the pass falls incomplete. Burt Jones so far in this game, pretty decent actually, 13 for 21, for 162 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions on the day. Again, Jersey 12-4, matched up against the Eerie Silence. That's a cool name. That pass from Burt Jones is caught by tight end Victor Hicks. He hauls it in and goes for 13 yards, and that's another 1st down for Jersey. So this is one of 4 quarterfinal matchups. Jersey was tied with the top record in the league at 12-4. If you had a winning record, you made the playoffs, since it turns out there were 8 of the 17 clubs this year in this retro league who made the playoffs. Basically, it's a 16-game season, 17 teams. Every team plays the other teams in the league once. So Jersey is driving, ball at the 25, certainly in field goal range. But one thing to remember about this set is we see a run up the middle for Cullen Bryant. He picks up 4 on the play. It's now 2nd down and 6. One thing to remember about these 1980 clubs, special teams from a punting and kicking perspective, not that good. In today's modern NFL, anything inside of 40 yards is usually considered not quite a gimme, but certainly one would not expect them not to be able to convert those kind of field goals. But in this game, it's a 50-50 proposition. So the closer you can get inside of 22, the better. Now Jersey has the ball at the 16 following that 5-yard carry by Colin Bryant. Jersey's in the full house backfield. A lot more running in this game, undoubtedly. Again, the game has changed so much, but that's what makes this such a challenge. And on third down, he's stuffed at the line, and Jersey will go ahead and try for that field goal. And in this case, it goes through the pipe. So they have tied the game. So on third down and 1, Colin Bryant was stuffed. Jersey didn't want to take any chances, takes the 3. And after that 33-yard field goal, we are tied, and we are 1 minute in to the fourth quarter. Here comes a return, and a big return for 62 yards. So a 62-yard run by Dave Williams takes the ball all the way to the Jersey 38. So Dave Williams took the ball in at the goal line and went 62 yards. Excellent field position now for the Eerie Silence with 13:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. And the game knotted at 20. Again, the winner of this contest will have to wait to see who they're going to play. There are 3 more games, 3 more first-round games. Everybody who made the playoffs had a winning record, all between 12-4 and 9-7. Here's a pass to Bernie. That's Benny Cunningham. That's a pickup of 8 on the play. It's now second down and 2. No, that's Benny Cunningham. Benny Cunningham, tight end from the New England Patriots. That's Ron Jaworski under center. This 1980 league in real life included the Oakland Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles battling it out for the Super Bowl. Of course, Oakland won that one big. Jaworski had a great card this season. In this case here, though, he's just having a very so-so game. He's only 8 of 15 for 73 yards. And on this play, he's sacked. So that'll knock him back 9 yards on the play. So a second down and 2 now has turned into a third down and 11. And they've also been knocked pretty much out of field goal range with the ball at Jersey's 39. Here's a pass to Morris Bradshaw that falls incomplete. So a 62-yard kick return that brought the ball to the Jersey 38 is going to go all for naught, as it appears Eerie's going to go ahead and punt this ball. I can't imagine him going for it on fourth down and 11. So we're waiting for that decision. And he indeed does punt. He's going to try to put this one out of bounds. He does. He pins them at the 10-yard line. So Jersey will take over. The game is knotted at 20. Game is knotted at 20, and on first down and 10, no gain on that first play, and that's another run by Colin Bryant. Bryant has been a workhorse today, 18 carries for 90 yards. 11 and a half to go here in the fourth quarter. We are knotted at 20, and there's a sack. There is a sack. Brent Jones is sacked in the end zone, so a 10-yard loss. Eerie dials up the blitz just at the right time. And they have once again taken the lead, this time by 2 points. That was a sack by Don McNeil. And so Eerie has gone back out on top, 22-20. So Jersey will now punt the ball back. And here comes some decent field position, most certainly. In fact, another big return, 20 yards on the play. Ira Matthews this time. So again, Erie silence with terrific field position. Let's see if they can take advantage. The last time they had the ball at the jersey 38, but was unable to move the ball after a crippling sack on 2nd down and 2. So let's see what Erie can do. 1st down and 10. Here's your run. This is Franco Harris. 6 carries for 25 today. He stopped for only 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Now they've crossed over into Jersey territory at the 49. 10-12 on a running clock. Eerie has the lead, 22-20. The winner will join the Final Four group. There's another run. This one's Wilbert Montgomery. He picks up 5 on the play. And it's now 3rd down and 3. On the day, both clubs have converted 38% of their 3rd downs. Jaworski has a very nice flat pass card. It's not among the elite in the league, but it does look pretty sharp. And there's your run instead, and Montgomery is stopped for no gain on the play. And so now 4th down and 3, decision time here for Eerie. It would be pretty tempting to go for it here on 4th and 3, but that's quite a distance. And if you don't get it, you're basically handing the ball back to Eerie. Colquitt was able to pin Jersey back, the Jersey Rebels, able to pin him back at the 10-yard line. So let's see if he decides to do that again. I would think he would just straight up kick it from here. I don't know if he's going to coffin corner this or not from the 44, but let's see what he decides. Eerie has decided to go ahead and punt it. So will he let it fly, or is he going to do a coffin kick? He does. He does a coffin kick. And that'll put the ball out at the 14. So nice call. So Jersey is right back where they started from. I guess they didn't lose anything off that except the 2 points. They do now trail 22-20 with 8:42 to go. There's Gerald Thomas. On the 1st down run, he picks up 8. Gerald Thomas, 62 yards on the ground. So, again, I only got a chance to see this game here in the 2nd half, but it's a very solid running club. And between those 2 running backs, they have over 150 yards rushing. Plenty of time. Will Joe just be patient and try to march down the field via the run? Well, in this case, the right tackle was unable to make the block, and Cullen Bryant is hauled down behind the backfield, or in the backfield, behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. So now Jersey Joe Golden is faced with a 3rd down and 3. Entering the game is Chuck Muncie, who's a very good pass receiver out of the backfield. Here comes a deep shot to Ahmad Rashad, but the pass falls incomplete. It was on Burt Jones's card, and Burt Jones guessed wrong on 5 and 9, has long gains with the receiver reading on 6, but unfortunately he's not able to convert. So Eerie smelled a run, and Jersey surprised him by going over the top. But either way, Eerie will get the ball back. So now with 6:54 to go, and Eerie up by 2, time is becoming a bit of a factor. If Eerie can put together a drive here of 3 first downs, this game could be over with. Both clubs have all 3 timeouts remaining. Here's a button hook pass to Wilbert Montgomery. It's caught, but it's on the defensive card, and with 1 linebacker in the zone, it's only a pickup of 2. It was a nice call. Jersey had called run, but Eerie didn't catch a break. So 2nd down and 8. The clock is running. 6:18 to go. Full house backfield. Pro set backfield. That's it. Franco Harris and Wilbert Montgomery. Jaws, Ron Jaworski under center. Jersey plays a 4-3 and is particularly tough up the middle with defensive tackles of 6 and 5. Here is a curl pass for Branch, and that pass is incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 8. So Jersey's in a very good situation here. Can Philly convert and move the chains and, most importantly, keep that clock moving? Clock is stopped right now with 6 minutes even. Eerie up 22-20. The winner goes to the Final Four of the Battle Royale tournament featuring the 1980 NFL season. Battle Royale is a 16-game season with 17 clubs, each club playing the other club once during the year. Winning records get to go to the playoffs. There's a pass to Randy Grossman, and it falls incomplete. Nice call by Jersey, double teaming Randy Grossman. So Jersey's going to get this ball back in a hurry. Here's Colquitt's kick. It's a decent one. It's 38 yards. It's going to be returned by Ray Williams, who fumbles the ball on the play. And the ball is picked up, fortunately, for Jersey. They're able to hop back on it, but that would have been disastrous for Joe Golden and the Jersey Rebels. But they do come away with the break. After the 5-yard pickup, Jersey falls on the ball, and they will take over at their 47. So Eerie now has to truly buckle down. Got to keep this club out of field goal range. Ball at the Jersey 47. 5:24 remaining in this first-round Battle Royale playoff game. There's a run for Gerald Thomas, but the defensive tackle is able to make a big stop, and it's only a pickup of 1. Had he not been able to make that play, it would have been a 15-yard play, 15-yard gain. Eerie also is very tough, especially when it comes to the run. They have 2 defensive tackles at a 5, and one of their defensive ends is a 5 as well. Interesting club here where they have linebacker set of 5-0 in the middle and a 6 at the other side. And there's a run for Gerald Thomas, and he is stopped. That's a loss of 1. Defense called pass on the play. They've called pass the last 2 plays, but it's been on the defensive card, so they haven't really been punished for it. Now it's 3rd down and 10. For Jersey. One wonders if they're going to be facing 4-down territory here pretty quickly, but they're going to have to pick up some yards on this play. I think this call will determine whether or not they're going to go for it in 4. Here's a curl pass to Ahmad Rashad, who hauls it in. It's on Rashad's card. A big break for Golden and a 1st down. Rashad among the elite wide receivers back in 1980. And he comes out huge. He's guarded by a 5 on that play. It was a receiver reading on the defensive card with 4 in the zone. Rashad comes through with a big catch of 17. The ball is now on the 35. Running clock, 3 minutes, 36 seconds remaining. Jersey driving for what they hope is the winning score. They trail by 2, 22-20. Burt Jones under center. And there's a run for Cullen Bryant. That's a pickup of 4. He now has 93 yards on 20 carries. So it's now 2nd down and 6, ball at the 32. Here's another run. This is to Cullen Bryant. He goes up the middle. He picks up 6, and he moves the chains. 1st down. So another 1st down for Jersey, and they are closing in on field goal range. Right now it would be a 43-yard field goal. .224 to go. So we'll see if Eerie starts considering calling timeouts here. Both clubs do have all 3 of their clubs. The 2-minute warning is coming up here pretty quickly. Is Jersey just going to keep this ball on the ground? Just try to edge closer to field goal range and give their kicker a chance to win this. Here's a run up the middle to Cullen Bryant. He picks up 7. Now they definitely are in field goal range. Eerie deciding whether or not to call timeout. Maybe they'll use it and get that 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do. Oh, they do not. So they allow the clock to get to the 2-minute warning. Cullen Bryant is fatigued at this point. And so is Gerald Thomas. So all of the carries from now on are fatigued for both of these players. Colin Bryant now has 106 yards on the day. 2nd down and 3, ball at the 19. Here's another off-tackle run for Colin Bryant. He picks up 4 on the play, and that is another first down. So Eerie is probably going to be calling timeout here as we've just gotten past the 2-minute warning. Or they elect to just let this clock roll. He does. He calls timeout. So with 1:52 to go, and the ball on the 15, we're now looking at a 32-yarder. But again, that's the thing about this league. These kickers are not the kickers of today, so nothing is a gimme. Full house backfield for Jersey Joe Golden. Defense counters 4-3. Run up the middle to Colin Bryant. He picks up 4 on the play. It's now 2nd down and 6. Eerie likely will call timeout here. And they do, and now the clock has stopped at 1:45. They have 1 timeout remaining. It's now 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 11. So Jersey closing in here on the potential game-winning field goal. This game has been very tight. A 12-4 club struggling with a 9-7 club. There's a run to the outside, and he loses yardage on the play, actually, 2 to be exact. And that will probably stop the clock again. Yes, they do. So Eerie will call timeout. They do not have a timeout remaining. So with 1:37 to go, you likely would think that Jersey will just run one more time up the middle and set up a field goal of 30 yards or less. So here we go, 1:37, full house backfield once again. Chuck Muncie has entered the game. Here is a off-tackle run for Mike Thomas, who picks up 8 yards and gets the first down. So on 3rd and 8, little used Mike Thomas. In fact, that was his 3rd carry today, and he has 7 yards. So his last 2 carries, he actually lost yardage. So with the ball at the 5, will Jersey just decide to take a knee and then kick a field goal here, or are they going to try to go for it? 2 tight end set, and that's what they're going to do. Burt Jones is going to take a knee. Eerie doesn't have any chance to stop this clock, so that'll grind this down to 22 seconds. Now, let's see if they take one more knee and then call timeout. It's actually, in fact, they might take a couple of timeouts here. Let's see what they do. So 22 seconds to go. Joe Golden working out the math in his head to see if he can end this game without giving Eerie a possession. 2nd down and goal, ball at the 6. You could keep taking knees, and it's not going to affect the range of this field goal. It's going to be under 20 yards by the time this is all said and done, or under 25 yards when it's all said and done. Here's a run for, wow, sweep to Gerald Thomas. That's an interesting call. So this is going to be the ball game. The ball is at the 4. It's a 21-yard attempt, and the ball goes through the uprights. And on the last play of the game, the Jersey Rebels have pulled it out over the Eerie silence, 23-22. That was Ephraim Herrera, the Dallas Cowboy kicker, puts it through the pipes for a 21-yard field goal, and Jersey waits till the last second of this contest to pull out the victory, 23-22. We'll take a quick look at the box score here before we set everybody free. So there is your final score. Again, we only caught up with this in the midway in the second half. So Eerie struck first with a pass from Jaworski to Bob Chandler, a 14-yard pass that put the Eerie Silence up 7-0. Mike Thomas, that running back just a little earlier that we mentioned, they got that big first down on 3rd down and 8. There's a 1-yard touchdown run. That tied up the score at 7. Then Williams returned a kick 92 yards. That was his second big return of the game. I believe he's the same player who had a 62-yard return. Let's see who exactly that is. That was Dave Williams. Oh, what a day he had. 4 returns for 196 yards, including a 92-yarder that was a touchdown. But as you can see, the extra point failed. So the score after one was 13-7. Jersey came back and scored 10 points in the second quarter, including a 23-yard Ephraim Herrera field goal that made the score 13-10. Then they added a touchdown on a run by quarterback Burt Jones. The Herrera kick gave Jersey the halftime lead of 17-13. Eerie struck first in the third quarter when Ron Jaworski hit Cliff Branch from the Oakland Raiders for a 21-yard touchdown. The Matt Barr kick gave Eerie the lead at 20-17. Jersey tied it up in the fourth quarter, in the first moments of the fourth quarter, in fact, on a 33-yard field goal by Ephraim Herrera that knotted it at 20. The teams traded punts, and then Burt Jones was sacked for a 10-yard loss in the end zone that gave Eerie the 22-20 lead. But Jersey buckled down and turned over Eerie several times on forced punts on several occasions. Eerie was not able to take advantage of good field position on a couple of nice returns, and Jersey munched the clock down the stretch. And Ephraim Herrera, with his second field goal of the game, a 21-yard field goal with 1 second to play, iced the game for the Jersey Rebels. So they will make it to the Final Four of the 1980 Retro Battle Royale Tournament. If we look at the stats here, Eerie only finished with 8 first downs compared to 24 for Jersey. Again, we caught up with this late. It appears Eerie did throw 1 interception, and as far as fumbles were concerned, Eerie coughed the ball up 3 times, and they fumbled 3 times and they gave it to their opponent twice. One of them, the third fumble, was a huge one, actually, in which on Jersey's winning score, it got off to a horrible start where the returner fumbled the ball, but they were able to recover, took the ball at their own 47, and was able to go 50 yards to put themselves in position for the game-winning field goal. So for the game, Ron Jaworski, 9 completions of 19 attempts for 75 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns and was picked off once. Wilbert Montgomery was Erie's leading rusher with 12 carries for 70 yards. Franco Harris chipped in 25 yards on 6 carries. Wilbert Montgomery also was the leading receiver, if you can call him that, 4 catches for 17 yards. Yardage-wise, Cliff Branch, 2 catches for 22 yards. Not much yards there, basically. Now we'll look at Jersey's offense, led by Burt Jones, 15 of 24, 192 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. Cullen Bryant, workhorse back, 24 carries, 114 yards. The 1-2 punch of Gerald Thomas, 13 carries, 464 yards. So rushing domination, certainly for Jersey, as they just about tallied 200 yards rushing and almost 200 yards passing. So Eerie was kept in the game, as we mentioned just a moment ago, by 192 yards in kickoff yardage, including a score. So that was a big break for the Eerie Silence. Ahmad Rashad, 4 catches for 48 yards. Victor Hicks, tight end from, I believe, San Francisco, 4 catches for 59 yards. Cliff Branch had the lone receiving touchdown. Actually, no, that's not true. Bob Chandler, tight end, Cliff Branch, both of them had touchdowns for Eerie. No receiving touchdowns for Jersey. We'll look at one last stat here before we get out. I want to take a look at sacks. Nothing big there. Basically, Eerie 2 sacks and Jersey 1. So congratulations to the Jersey Rebels, who will move on to the Final Four of the 1980 Battle Royale Tournament. We have 3 more games to go this week. We'll try to broadcast them fully this next time. Glad we were able to join this one and at least in its entirety. And we'll try to get the rest of those games on fully broadcast. This is Michael Reeves saying thank you so much. 1980 Battle Royale, first round. We got 3 more games to go. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Good luck. God bless.